Right, so President Washington here that is going to a good mate of mine in New South Wales, and just felt that wanted to get in there and do a few things. Basically, unfortunately, a lot of this we've done, but 8 screws from the bottom gives you access to the sides of these very nicely. You can access them from the top as well. There's no problem. And basically you get in there with your trusty can of Deoxit D5. I've always got to them from the bottom, but as you can see, there's no issue. You can get to them from the top here quite easily, and you're basically spraying each wafer. Now we've actually done these, so it's basically a matter of spraying it and then giving it a bit of a hit like so. And unfortunately in this case we've already done it, so you'll see there's no sort of noise in it or anything like that. So just hear someone in the background there, actually, just on that antenna. Actually, I just thought maybe we're going to get lucky. I'm out in the American barn, so the antenna's not fabulous, but certainly easy. We've just given this a bit of a quick calibration. JDW 229, test 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're just coming up on 355 there on the little test unit that we've got up to the top there. But great chassis this. It's really easy to work on. Not a lot goes wrong with them, which is great. The oscillators are very easy to adjust, as you can see just in here. And we actually tweaked lower sideband on this. It was just off a tad, and obviously peaked up through our RF stages and receiver stages as well. But it's a nice clean chassis, this one. It just hasn't been butchered by anybody, which is great. That's what makes a radio collectible. I mean, I know there's a lot of mods out and things that people love to do these days, but when they come original like this, I think they've actually got quite a bit of quite a lot going for them. All right, well, I just want to do a quick run on this one, and certainly hasn't been a difficult one. This one actually came from one of Ross's stash. I've got a number of Washingtons here, and I wanted to pick out a good one for Doug, a VK2 mate of mine up in New South Wales, and this was really clean, so I just thought, what the heck, let's do a run over it and just make sure every pot's cleaned and every control works as it should, switches, etc. The other thing to watch on these is display segments. You'll get times where one digit will just knock out on the display, but as you can see, we've got a really full house there, which is great. And mode selectors can be a bit of an issue on these, but as you can see, that they can get a bit scratchy, and they're a little bit harder to do much about. You can sometimes get a little bit of rubbish into it, a little bit of D5 into it, but they've always been a bit of a tricky thing. I'm going to try anyway, just hang on. Sometimes you can get a bit lucky and you'll get a little bit in there. It is difficult to get in because they're a sealed unit. Sometimes we've actually just slightly drilled them, but this one actually wasn't that bad. As you can see, where it was getting a flicker on the lower sideband before, just a very quick clean, and look at that, it's just operating exactly as it should, which is great. And often a lot of these controls, just remember, if they haven't been used for a while, what I'm doing here with back forth only just cleans them out a little more, so just gives them an opportunity. We've had channel selectors where we've had to drill into them just slightly, clean them, and they've come up perfectly with digits where it hasn't been a digit problem as such on the LED readout. It's been in the switch that's been giving the trouble. But nothing. Bugger. I was hoping one of the boys might be about, but I don't think we're going to get anyone at the moment, which is a bit of a bother. But certainly got a lot of drive these things. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 testing. JDW 229 testing 1 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 1 2. That's better. Was still just a tad off. I didn't have three hands, unfortunately, but just wanted to connect the frequency counter up, and oh geez, it was only a few hertz off, but just still was a tad off. But JDW 229 testing. Anybody out there hearing us at all? Go ahead. See if anyone. There's just some noise coming up, only just, but we're not going to be able to get it from here. The shed antenna is just not going to do it. But anyway, all right. Well, we'll put some screws back in this thing, and it'll be one President Washington 73s from VK3CM. Nice having a bit of a play with one of these old girls. All the best. Cheers.